That's awesome.
Yeah, we
Excellent. Hey,
absolutely want to know where everyone's from and if your clients are starting to come back and ask for wonderful exotic places to go to.
couldn't think of anything more exotic and amazing to book right now. How's that?
Absolutely.
That's great. Okay, so looks like everyone's in the house and we have our FaceTime live going at the same time, so that's good. You can follow agents that are following along in the Facebook group Live Time. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Um, oh, Joey has not been to see your properties. I was like, I think that's kind of criminal. What do you think?
Well, for the fall for 2020, we've got really amazing agent rates. So I would say now's the time to go.
Yes, definitely. Well, we're going to talk about all that. Well, that's great. Okay, so it looks like we have the majority of the agents in right now, and Lifetime, welcome. I'm just going to go through a few little housekeeping tips. I'm not going to say rules because I don't like rules. I'm a bit of a rule breaker myself. So just a couple of tips just to make sure we all have the best experience possible. We are using a Zoom webinar platform. So that means that we can't see you. So don't worry if you're still in your jammies, we cannot see your video. And also, we can't hear you. So we would love to answer all of your questions that you might have today. I'm going to actually hold Natalia hostage until the very, very end of our session. So we can answer all of your questions then. So as you guys can see, well, actually you guys can't probably see in the chat box, a lot of you guys, when you reply, you just do a reply to panelists. So that means that Natalia and I are the only ones that can see that. So it might not seem like there's a lot in the chat box, but there's like, I don't know, there's probably going to be a couple of hundred by the time the session's over. So if you do have a question, if you guys don't mind typing it in the Q&A, just go to your Zoom panel there and you'll see Q&A. So type your questions there, please, if you don't mind. That would be great. And it just makes things a lot easier. And I won't miss your question because it might get buried in the chat box. Agents watching via FaceTime Live, please feel free to type in the comment area below the live feed. I'll definitely be watching that and we'll make sure that we answer all your questions there as well. All right, so I think that's enough of me. I am now going to hand it over to the ever so awesome Natalia Green. She is the director of sales and marketing for Coconut Bay Beach Resort and Spa, and of course the Serenity as well. Of course, in St. Lucia, beautiful St. Lucia. It's open for business, and yeah, very exciting. So I'm gonna mute myself and hide my camera, and I'm putting you in charge, my dear.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us this afternoon. I'm really excited to talk to you all. We've got some great news to share. Of course, we're looking forward to your clients coming back and our business coming back. And we want to welcome everyone to Exotic St. Lucia. So you can consider yourself going on a little island tour today. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. If you have any questions, like Kelly said, go ahead and put them into the Q&A. And we will do our best to get to all of the questions at the end. So anything that you have a question about, go ahead and pop that in and we will get to that at the very end. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. For those of you who are familiar with Coconut Bay, St. Lucia's award-winning all-inclusive, but as you all can imagine, our resort did close the end of March, Coconut Bay did, and we are finally and excited to announce our grand reopening celebration. We are going to open our doors again on October 31, 2020, so you can get excited, you can get your clients excited to come back and see us at Coconut Bay. Serenity did reopen on August 1, but Coconut Bay, we're excited to announce, is going to reopen on October 31. Of course, your clients are going to want to know what our reopen protocols are. All of that information, of course, is available on our website. So I want to address that first before we jump into the fun stuff. So for those of you who have not been to St. Lucia or have not been to Coconut Bay, of course, the first things you want to do when talking to your clients, you want to sell them on the destination first. So I always do a brief bit on our wonderful and exotic island before I jump into our two resorts. So why St. Lucia? It's exotic, it's adventurous, it's fun, it's romantic. was voted as the world's leading honeymoon destination, most recently in 2018 and 2019, but for I think a total of over 10 years, because it's such an exotic place to go. It really does make for the romance market, the wedding market, the honeymoon market, but there's lots of family-friendly resorts as well. Now, in the world that we live in this year, of course, this is one of the things that I have to address, and that is the COVID protocols for our destination as much as the COVID protocols for our resort. This is actually the first time I'm having to review this in a webinar now that we are getting ready to reopen. So I do ask that as you are preparing to send your clients to St. Lucia, please make sure you visit the stlucia.org COVID page and that your clients visit the stlucia.org COVID page, because our island does have mandatory pre-travel testing requirements. So this checklist on the right here is the latest checklist. It actually just came out this past week from the destination. And St. Lucia does have a 7-day COVID negative testing requirement that guests have to have 7 days prior to travel. They also need to fill out a pre-arrival registration form for the destination. Everything is available on the St. Lucia website. And, you know, the one thing I definitely want you all to know about is, of course, in the world that we live in now, we're having to watch the COVID spikes all over the world. And St. Lucia, thankfully, has remained very safe during this whole process. Number one, the island closed its borders for several months. It closed its borders from the end of March and didn't reopen until end of July. So that made, and now the island has a testing requirement. Well, what that's done to the island is, per the CDC, St. Lucia, thankfully, has no travel advisory. It's listed on the CDC as a COVID-19 risk is very low. We have a very low percentage. We only ever had, I think the number was 27 cases, and there were no deaths. So that is something that you can share with your clients, that our destination is safe and secure and a wonderful place. So let's come off of that and move into the positive and why you want your clients to go to St. Lucia. I'm just going to let you sit and watch this for a minute. This gives you a good picture of what your clients can do on their 7 days. Gives you a really good picture from day 1 to day 7 of all of the things that you and your clients can do with lots of fun in the sun in St. Lucia. And I do want to add very quickly as well that most of our top attractions, if they have not already reopened to guests, they are in process of reopening. So as you can imagine, the island has done a phased reopening of the attractions. The mud baths are currently open. The zip line is currently open. Water sports are open. So snorkeling, diving are open. Fishing is open. Some of the waterfall locations are opening. So there is lots to do and see. And as we move later into the year, more and more will continue to reopen. So you want to share that. Now, of course, we know in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Well, on your vacation, your location matters as well. So why Coconut Bay and why Serenity? Well, we are ideally located on the exotic south coast of St. Lucia, but not just that, we are a short 5-minute transfer from Hewanora International Airport, on 1 mile of beach on 85 acres. So lots of space for social distance. But the main thing with our location is your clients don't lose their day of arrival or their day of departure on a super long airport transfer. So I'm going to keep going here. For those of you that are not familiar with Coconut Bay, our resort is divided into 2 wings. Our Harmony wing you can see is on the left, which is our adults only wing. Our Splash wing you can see is on the right, and that is our family friendly wing. And I'm going to jump right in here to start talking about our splash wing. So our splash wing is our family friendly wing. That's where we have our water park, our kids club, our lazy river. We've got the island's only resort petting zoo, the island's only resort paintball course, and the island's only resort kite surfing facility. Our splash wing is our family friendly wing. There's lots of fun stuff for kids to do and see. Our kids club has its own water fountain playground. We have our own mascots, which you can see here. They're called Coco and Loco, which are two coconuts. Our splash wing has 4 room categories. Our rooms are divided into, sorry, that just skipped real quick, garden view, ocean view, premium ocean view, and we also have 2-bedroom connecting rooms. So you can request that if you've got family groups coming, which we tend to see a lot of family groups over Easter, over summer, and over Christmas. You know, if grandma and grandpa travel with the kids and the grandkids, those 2-bedroom connecting rooms are available by request with your tour operators. So because of that, because we've got the family wing and we've got the adults only wing, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, you know, your unique selling opportunities for Coconut Bay are, it's ideal for multi-gen or family groups. It's also really great for destination weddings because everyone in the family can come. We do have the 5 pools plus a water park. We've got outdoor themed dinners on our pool deck twice a week. We have a free cocoa pack for every child registered in our kids club, which is basically a backpack, a hat, a water bottle, and a t-shirt that they can enjoy while they're in the kids club. And again, it's super short airport transfers. And of course at Coconut Bay, because we're on an 85-acre coconut plantation, we serve coconut water and fresh coconuts daily. So our Harmony wing is our adults only wing. Both of our wings face the ocean. They both have multiple room categories, but our Harmony wing is adults only. We have 2 adults only pools, an adults only bar, an adults only tiki bar, I should say. And we also have adult only dining in one of our restaurants. So really great opportunity for any of your clients who are traveling and they just want to be away from the kids. The Harmony wing is ideal for that. Now, located on our Harmony wing is our oceanfront spa, which is a wonderful place to relax and rejuvenate. As you can imagine, one of the things that we did during our COVID closure was we took the opportunity to upgrade some of the areas of our Harmony wing. We have all new sun tracker beds. We have 3 brand newly built oceanfront spa cabanas. We have all new decks on the Harmony side closest to the wedding gazebo. So while we were closed, we did take some opportunities to do some refreshing on resort, which will be a great benefit to your clients that you absolutely can share. Now, in our spa, I like to tell you to tell your clients, encourage your clients to get a tropical spa experience while they're in an exotic destination, because the kind of spa therapies that they can enjoy while they're at Coconut Bay will not be the kind that they can enjoy at home. So for example, since we are on a tropical island, we want to make sure that we use our own organic products. So for example, we have a Coconilla that uses fresh coconut scrub, sugars and sea salt in a massage. We also have a chocolate scrub, which uses cocoa grown on a very own cocoa plantation in St. Lucia. We also use aloe grown in our very own organic aloe garden. So the treatments that your clients will receive in St. Lucia at our oceanfront spa are not like anything that they can receive at home, and you want them to have that tropical exotic experience while they're there. This particular slide shows a previous version of our oceanfront spa cabanas, but as I mentioned, those were newly rebuilt during our closure. So we're really excited about that. Now, our Harmony wing, continuing on, does offer 4 room categories: Garden View, Ocean View, Premium Ocean View, and Concierge Junior Suite Ocean View. Now, our concierge services can be added on to premium room categories and junior suite room categories. So that's good for you to know. If you've got those guests that are looking for that extra level of service and attention, you can add on concierge services to our premium ocean view category in Harmony and Splash, and you can add on concierge services to our junior suite room category in Harmony. And as you can see, we do have king size bed configurations and queen size bed configurations, and those are available by request. But Junior Suite, the room category in Harmony, is all king size beds, just so you're aware. Now, as a part of our premium all-inclusive amenities, you want to be mindful of and be sure to share with your clients that Coconut Bay does include water sports. So that's kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, and snorkeling. And all of those sports are available now. We are also really well known for windsurfing. So traditionally, the winter season is our windsurfing and kite surfing season. So from about November to April, those are when we have the best winds, and that's when you'll find lots of kites in the water. So if you have any adrenaline junkies that are your clients that really like to do the extreme sports, kite surfing is really an awesome sport to learn. And St. Lucia and our resort is one of the ideal spots to learn it. We have our very own surf shack on resort with certified instructors and equipment rental that your clients would need. So I'm going to switch over to the tasty side of our two resorts and talk for a minute about the dining and the bars and the restaurants. At Coconut Bay, we have 9 restaurants for your clients to choose from. 6 are a la carte, 7 bars. We have a swim up bar, we have beachfront bar, we have indoor and outdoor dining venues, and also specialty dining venues. Now, I do want to mention that with the COVID protocols, once we reopen, our resort will be at 50% occupancy or less. So also all of our restaurants have had to remove some of the furniture to accommodate for the social distancing guidelines. So you can assure your clients that not just our resort, but really most of the resorts on the island have had to do the same thing. So we have all had to prepare our dining and bar experiences to account for the new social distancing guidelines. So you can rest assured that that will be taken care of. Our restaurants are located indoors, outdoors, poolside and oceanside. 6 of our restaurants, as I mentioned, are a la carte. The buffet restaurant, which you see here on the bottom right, will no longer be operating as a buffet during COVID due to the COVID protocols. So what that means for your clients is where there were opportunities before for self-service, such as in Coconut Walk, they will now be served a la carte. So this particular restaurant, Coconut Walk, when it reopens, your guests will order, they will not self-serve. All right, so just so you know that that is a distinction due to the new protocols that we're having to take care of. The bars, again, as I mentioned, we've got swim up bars, we've got poolside bars, we've got beachfront bars. There are endless places for your clients to sip their favorite cocktail. And the Peter John's Rum Bar, which is in the right of this image, is our Caribbean rum bar. It's got one of the largest selections of rums, definitely on the island and probably in the Caribbean. And we do weekly rum tasting classes as an opportunity for our guests to enjoy and, of course, purchase their favorite rums to take home with them. So switching gears from the dining experience and the bar experience and our premium cocktails and our rock star bartenders, we're going to talk about our destination weddings. So as you can imagine, we have got 2 venues on resort that are ideal for destination weddings that you want to share with your clients. I have on here a couple of the awards that we've won recently: the British Wedding Awards, which is voted on by brides, which we're very proud of, and the Caribbean Wedding Industry Award, which is voted on by industry, which we're also proud of. So our resort has 2 venues, both are oceanfront. We've got our beachside gazebo with an indoor outdoor space, and then we've got our oceanfront pavilion at Eternity Beach. Both venues are really incredible opportunities for your brides to bring, whether it's a small wedding party or a large wedding party, and enjoy our oceanfront settings. And what's really important that we want you to know is that as you are working with your brides to consult with them on choosing where they would like to have their destination wedding, ask the resorts that you're looking at how many weddings they perform per day. It's an important question to ask. We only perform 1 wedding per day, and something blue is always included. Why we do that is because we want our brides to have our undivided attention. She can have her day, her way. She's never rushed, and she's got a dedicated wedding coordinator that works with her from the very first phone call through to their day of arrival on resort through to their day of departure. We hold the hands of the bride and groom the entire way. It is our highest service level, and our brides do by far receive the best service from our dedicated wedding coordinators and our wedding planners. Now, with the COVID situation, we launched this right now, literally very recently, we launched a brand new micro wedding package. We understand that lots of brides have had to change their plans because of current protocols and restrictions. And we took the opportunity to launch a micro wedding package that's for 10 guests. You guys get to see this first. We haven't even rolled it out on our website yet. It's going to roll out on our website October 1. But I just want you to be aware this is a really neat opportunity for an intimate wedding with just immediate family. And, you know, our wedding packages do include the receptions as well. So you want to look at our platinum and pearl packages. Of course, our wedding packages are commissionable to agents. We want you to be aware of that. And our highest wedding package, which is the pearl, includes not just the wedding day, but it's a 3-day celebration. So the pearl wedding package, all of the details are on our website, includes the rehearsal dinner, the wedding, the reception, everything included on the wedding day, and it includes a catamaran sunset cruise on the day of their choosing for the bride and groom after the wedding day. So that 3-day wedding celebration is the pearl wedding package, which is our highest wedding package. And that's something you definitely want to recommend to your clients for just the low price of $9,000 US, $89.99, and that's for 36 guests. So moving on to weddings and coming out of the quick overview, I'm trying to keep it short and sweet as we can. You know, you want to be thinking as you are making the decisions about where to recommend for your clients, which section of Coconut Bay is best. Is it Splash, which is our family-friendly side of the resort? Is it Harmony, which is the adults-only side of the resort? Or as of 2017, we have something new to offer to you. So this October, oh wow, which is right around the corner, will be the 3-year birthday of Serenity. So Serenity is still our brand new baby. It is now St. Lucia's top rated luxury suite resort. And I'm going to take a few minutes to introduce you to Serenity. We are really proud of Serenity because in her, like I said, next month is going to be her 3-year birthday. And in the short time that she has been open, she has won a bunch of awards that we are so proud of. We were awarded USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice in 2018 and again in 2020. You can see on this screen, Cosmopolitan rated us as one of the 30 sexiest hotels in the world, which is really exciting. And this year we are really proud because Serenity is now St. Lucia's top rated luxury suite resort per TripAdvisor, but not just that. St. Lucia ranked in the top 3 of 25 for multiple things on TripAdvisor. So we are in TripAdvisor's best of the best. Serenity was number 1 of the top 25 Caribbean luxury hotels, number 2 of the top 25 Caribbean hotels for romance, and number 3 of the top 25 Caribbean hotels. So that's a really big deal. You all know the power of TripAdvisor. You know that relies 100% on guest reviews. So we're really proud of that. And it's a testament to the service that our guests receive at Serenity. And this video, oops, skipped there for a second. Let me take you back. This gives you the overall Serenity experience, and I'm going to be quiet for just a second and let you watch. So you can see from that video that Serenity is really indulgent experiences for your clients. It's for those guests that are looking for that extra level of service and attention. It is ideal for your honeymoon guests, for your anniversary guests, for your guests who really want to soak it up in the lap of luxury. Serenity has 36 suites. They range in size from 1,200 to 1,900 square feet of interior and exterior space. Yes, you did hear me right. That's 1,200 to 1,900 square feet of interior and exterior space. That's bigger than a lot of apartments. Every suite comes with its very own private plunge pool with a waterfall. It comes with either his and her closet or his and her wardrobe. They all have flat screen TVs. They all have king size beds. They all have soaking tubs. Our larger suites, which are our grand suites, have wraparound patios, but every suite has its own private patio. Every suite has its own personalized wet bar by their butler. They all have outdoor hammocks. They all have outdoor seating. Some of the higher suites also have outdoor showers. The bathrooms in Serenity are absolutely stunning and indulgent. They all have soaking tubs that are built for two. They all have glass enclosed showers, his and her vessel sinks, and more. So there are lots and lots of spaces for your clients to indulge. And because in Serenity, we don't want our guests to have to lift a finger, the butler does everything for them. They don't even have to go to the spa. The spa will come to them. So they will enjoy amazing decor, stunning surroundings, decadent dining. They can have in-suite spa services, 24-hour contactless room service, intuitive butler service, and every Serenity guest has a personalized bar with premium liquors. Now, what that means, we have a pre-arrival form on Serenity's website. We highly encourage you to complete that pre-arrival form for your clients, or encourage your clients to fill out the form. In that form, they will have the option of their liquor selection, which the butler will cater to them. So if the husband likes vodka and if the wife likes red wine, then they have the opportunity to select that in advance of arrival, and that will be ready for them in their suite, prepared by the butler. I also want to speak for a minute about the contactless room service. During COVID, there's lots of mentions now about contactless delivery and contactless services. What's interesting was, when we built the rooms in Serenity, we created a food service delivery box for our clients, so that if they're out on their patio au natural, as honeymooners might do, but they want that afternoon snack or that bottle of bubbly, they can ask their butler to deliver, but they don't have to receive it from the butler. They don't have to see the butler to receive that room service delivery. And we had created that when we built our Serenity suites. Well, now, of course, within the evolution of COVID, contactless means a lot more now than it did before. So we always had this option. It just happens to mean now more than ever before. And our guests can utilize the butler services as much or as little as they desire. The butlers are available to, of course, unpack and iron if they choose to do a champagne bubble bath in the room if they choose to giving them a ride up to our private oceanfront beach cabanas, to scheduling their spa services, to scheduling their private island tours. The butler is available to do all of that. So turning the corner, we're going to talk now about Serenity's food and beverage experience. What's really great about the Serenity guest experience is the endless options that they have for food because of the way our suites are designed and because of the way the Serenity Resort is designed. So guests of the Serenity can dine in a pool cabana. They can dine in a beach cabana. They can dine indoors at the Great House, which is the main restaurant of Serenity, which you see on the right. They can dine outside of the Great House, which you can see on the left. They can dine in the comfort of their suite, or they can dine at any of the 8 restaurants at Coconut Bay. So Serenity guests can enjoy all of Coconut Bay amenities, but it does not go vice versa. Now, in the evolution of COVID, of course, the Great House restaurant, these images were taken long ago. So the Great House restaurant, we have had to adjust the seating to allow for social distance, and we have added more outdoor seating, to abide by the new protocols. All right, and so as I mentioned, Serenity really is the ideal romance destination. And with our butlers, it really boils down to customized experiences. It's about what your clients want to do during the course of their stay. Obviously, the agenda for a honeymooner on a 7-night trip might be very different than, an anniversary couple on a 7-night trip, which might be very different than a couple just looking to get away from the snow, for example. And so, that pre-arrival form really helps the butlers to know and understand what they can prepare for and how they can cater to this particular client's experiences, depending on what their choice is of activities. So the butlers, as I mentioned, are there to, we don't want our clients to have to lift a finger or to even walk. We will shuttle them via golf cart to their very own oceanfront beach cabana, which is a really neat opportunity for our Serenity clients. We've got multiple cabanas right there on the beach. The butler will pack them a picnic lunch and a cooler with their favorite beer or soda or wine or champagne. So they've got it for the afternoon while they're out there enjoying fun in the sun. Now, we did talk briefly about Coconut Bay's wedding packages. And as I mentioned, Coconut Bay did have 5 wedding packages. Serenity also has its own luxury wedding package. We call it the Sapphire package. It's a luxury wedding package. It is ideal for an elopement or a very small wedding. The Sapphire wedding package is on a catamaran. The pitons can be your witnesses. It also includes a private dinner for up to 8 guests, a champagne toast, but they literally take their vows on a catamaran with the pitons as their backdrop. It's an absolutely stunning opportunity. We've had a couple of second weddings, or maybe I should say second marriages, that took advantage of this. They didn't necessarily want the pomp and circumstance, but they did want a beautiful experience, and the Sapphire wedding package is definitely ideal for that. So who is the Serenity guest? Let's talk about that for just a second. It is your 20-something to your 60-somethings. It's for those looking for a luxury romantic getaway. We have had lots of honeymooners, lots of engagements, lots of anniversary and birthday celebrations. It really is about those guests that are looking for that extra level of service and attention. And, you want to be mindful of the fact, again, that it is about the customized vacation experience. And I can't tell you a more perfect place to have social distance than in Serenity. Because of the privacy, because of the exclusivity, and because of the separation. It's a really great vacation without having to worry about a crowd. Now, one of the things that we launched when we went live with, really promoting Serenity is a grand romance package. And basically for any of your clients that are staying 7 nights or longer, they get $1,000 in added value. It doesn't matter what time of year they're coming. It doesn't matter what tour operator you book it with. As long as your clients stay for 7 nights or longer, they get this $1,000 in added value, and we refer to it as the Grand Romance Package. Now, the Grand Romance Package includes in-suite couples massage, private island tour, catamaran sunset cruise, private beach cabana time, private picnic, and more. So it's a really great added value opportunity for your clients that are staying 7 nights. Now, this is where I get to show you how our resorts are laid out. And when we get to the Q&A, I'll go back to this slide because a lot of times people have questions about it. When you come down the road, which is the gray line kind of in the middle above the Coconut Bay logo, you either go to the right. When you come from the airport and you come down the road, you either go to the right to Coconut Bay, Coconut Bay's amenities, which is our 250 room premium all-inclusive resort, or you go to the left to Serenity. Our 36 suites are in 5 buildings. They all have private plunge pools, as I mentioned. The Great House is the main restaurant. But what you can also see from this illustration is the fact that Our 2 resorts are situated on 85 acres. Now, based on the fact that when we reopen, we're going to be around 50% occupancy or even under 50% occupancy, I want you all to have a clear picture of what it means to be on 85 acres. When we are mandated to be under 50% occupancy, that literally means that we have 3 guests approximately per acre. There are a lot of other resorts in the Caribbean that have more rooms on less acreage. And what that means is your clients end up being like sardines on the beach area and in the public areas and in the pool areas. Because our resorts are so spread out, with Coconut Bay having 5 pools, both resorts having 1 mile of beach, Serenity having individual plunge pools, your guests don't ever have to worry about being crowded. They don't have to worry about fighting for a pool chair or fighting for a beach chair. There is ample room for social distance, which is really important now more than ever before, and something we really want to make sure that you are aware of, especially, in the days and weeks ahead. We hope your clients are starting to come back, but we know they're looking for someplace safe. And I think that's important for you to understand how our resorts are laid out so that you can recommend it with ease and comfort. So a quick overview. Again, location, location, location. Both of our resorts are just a short minute drive from Hewanora. And their vacation can start minutes after they land. You don't have to worry about losing your day of arrival or day of departure on a really long airport transfer. Our Harmony wing is our adults only wing. And we do have 2 adults only pools, the adults only bar on that side of the resort, the wedding gazebo and the wedding center on the Harmony side of the resort. Our Splash wing is our family friendly wing. It's great for the young and the young at heart, as we like to say. Our Splash wing offers the connecting rooms. The Kids Club, I do want to mention that our Kids Club is 50,000 square feet. With the COVID protocols, our Kids Club will be by reservation, so we can limit the occupancy. Excuse me. We also have the water park, the lazy river, the petting zoo. Again, there's so much space for social distance for your clients to spread out between the beach and the pool areas and the public areas. We also have our resort fitness center, which with the COVID protocols, using the fitness center will be by reservation. Our oceanfront spa, tennis courts, basketball courts, paintball, our daily activities, our nightly entertainment, our themed dinners, and of course our seasonal kite surfing. We are on 1 mile of beach. We've got a really great spot called the Paradise Beach Bar that has ocean hammocks in the water. In addition to Tiki's, our beachfront bar, games out at the beachfront bar. It's a really great spot. And again, everything is spread out for social distance. Serenity is our luxury suite resort. The suites are really ideal for honeymooners and for romance. The facilities are ideal again for social distancing because of the space and the independence and the privacy and the customized services. And as a reminder, Serenity guests really have that stay at 1, play at 2 opportunity, because Serenity guests get to enjoy all of Coconut Bay amenities, but it doesn't go vice versa. And both resorts have what we refer to affectionately as Paradise Protection Protocols, which are available on the COVID pages of our website. So you want to encourage your clients to take a look, if you've got clients coming in for our grand reopening week, at the protocols, but we will also be sharing all of the protocols for our guests on arrival as well. Of course, masks will be required when they're inside of 6 feet, but when they're out on their own at the beach and they are plenty of space away from everyone else, they don't have to wear it. So now we get to the part of our program where it's about you. How do we reward our agents? And this is the part that you definitely want to pay attention to. So we've got new specials and new incentives that we are rolling out on October 1 in advance of our grand reopen on October 31. So you want to make sure that you are reaching out to your tour operators so that you can book your clients. The deals that are available for fall, let me say this. So for the rest of 2020, the rates that we've got out there are not only the lowest rates of this year, they're probably the lowest rates of the last 5 years, or maybe even longer than that. As you can imagine, with us being closed for 7 months, now that we are getting ready to reopen, we're being really aggressive in our rate offering to try and fight to get our business back. And we know you're fighting to get your business back as well. And that's where these bonuses come in. So we do have 10 to 15% commission on direct bookings. That varies by room category, but the rewards are per booking. And the rewards, it doesn't matter which tour operator you book with. So if you've got a preferred tour operator that you book with, that's totally fine. You just make sure you register that booking. We've got $25 rewards per booking for our 2 lowest room categories, $50 rewards per booking for our 2 highest room categories. And that's valid for bookings made by October 31. And in addition to the commission plus the rewards, you, the agent, also earn 1 free night for every 7-night booking. Also, we've got agent rates available for the rest of this year. There's super low agent rates, and those are based on double occupancy. So you can reach out to us if you have an interest in coming to visit us at Coconut Bay. Unfortunately, we do not have agent rates available for Serenity because of the rooms, because of the limited number of rooms. Now, the bonus structure for Serenity, for our luxury property, as you can imagine, is slightly different than it is for Coconut Bay. Again, it's more aggressive. So you can earn 15% commission across the board on direct bookings, or you can earn between $100 and $200 per booking, regardless of what tour operator you book with. So if you've got your preferred tour operator, that's no problem. You go ahead and you book that with your preferred tour operator. Just make sure you register your bookings so that you can get that $100 reward for a plunge pool suite, $150 reward for a premium plunge pool suite, and a $200 reward for a grand plunge pool suite. And that's based on bookings of 7 nights. The bookings need to be registered by October 31. So in both of our rewards program, whether you're booking Coconut Bay or you're booking Serenity, you have to register your bookings. Now, the websites are different. From Canada, it's seabayrewards.com. From the US, it's seabayresortrewards.com. For Serenity, if you're from Canada, it's serenityrewards.com. And from the US, it's serenityresortrewards.com. So that's where you need to register your bookings. The rewards are provided depending on where you're from, either as a Visa gift card you'll have the option of, or an Amazon gift card. So listen, if you send us your clients in fall and winter, whenever, it's valid for travel through all of next year. You've got the opportunity to earn these rewards and save up, and that'll give you some extra bonus money, maybe even some extra Christmas money. So as we come to our close, one of the things I want you to be mindful of is the seasonal lift to St. Lucia. Now, we are still, obviously, now that we're coming out of the island shutdown, now that the island has been reopened, coming into November and December and winter, the airlift does change. So we are really excited. Air Canada is going to be coming back in November with 4 flights a week. We have not heard yet from WestJet. We are hoping and praying they will come back, but we're not sure when. American Airlines has the nonstops from Miami and Charlotte. JetBlue has nonstops from JFK and Boston. Delta has the nonstops from Atlanta. United has seasonal nonstops from Chicago and Newark. So you want to be mindful as you're talking to your clients, depending on where they're from, to be looking at the seasonal lift that is coming back. A lot of the winter lift starts in November. Again, Air Canada, we're looking forward to them coming back in November with 4 times a week. So you want to look for those nonstops. Chicago, the nonstops are on Saturday. Boston, the nonstops are on Saturdays. So you want to look for those nonstops, but then you also have the one stops. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is for the rest of 2020. Remember, the airlines are fighting for their business just as much as the hotels are fighting for their business. There has been super, super low airfares on American Airlines. And unlike any we've ever, I hadn't seen such low airfares on American Airlines in the last 10 years. That's how low they were. So be on the lookout for those airfare sales. JetBlue has airfare sales, American has airfare sales, and we're looking forward to seeing what Air Canada does when they come back as well. So thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for your attention. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us and learn more about our 2 resorts and about our island. We do have a dedicated representative in Canada, Suzanne Fleming. She will be happy to answer any questions that you have. I've put her contact information on here. Our US sales support is sales@cbayna.com. And now is where we will take just a few minutes to answer your questions. And if unfortunately we don't get to all of the questions, I don't know how many we have, Kelly, then we'll do our best to answer them. But I thank you so much for your time and attention. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to welcoming your clients to St. Lucia, and we look forward to taking very good care of your clients at Coconut Bay and Serenity. And Kelly, I'll turn it over to you and we can get started with the Q&A.
That's awesome. Actually, we do have quite a few questions, but I like to call this my skill testing question time period, but I'm sure you're going to pass with flying colors. Okay. Okay. So travel agent is wondering if they go with travel agent rates, can they bring their spouse and 2 young children?
Yes, they will pay additional for the guest and additional for the children.
Okay. And maybe what I'll do is, I know you have it on I think you have like a $99 rate, or am I right?
I did. It's $99 for the agent, $159 for the guest, and there would be child rates on top of that.
Great. And then the best way to, well, I know I have it all posted on the Spoiled Agent site on the dedicated Coconut.
Absolutely.
Yeah, page.
Yep.
So
there's a form, there's an agent rate form that they'll have to complete and add their IATA number, their CLIA number, and all the details. They'll email that into us and then we'll take care of that. I do want to mention, however, that $99 rate is for 2020 travel only.
Right. Up until
December. 12/20.
Perfect. Okay. Actually, if you everyone fell in love with well, both videos were amazing, and I'm sure once we get down it, but they're going to want both videos. But talking about the first video, an agent's question was, what was it in the video? What was day 1 and day 2 themes for the itinerary?
Ooh, we'll have to go back to that. Give me just a second, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But what I can tell you is, give me just a second. We'll have to go all the way back.
And while you're just going back, a lot of agents would actually like to get a copy of it. Is that possible?
So that's what I was going to say. Let's look at day 1 and day 1 is definitely confused. Drift away. That's our lady river. So our videos are available on our YouTube channel for Coconut Bay and for Serenity. So if you go to our website, you can click on the YouTube link. And you can download the videos, and you are absolutely more than welcome to share them on your social media so that you can engage your clients with our videos. And I'm going to go back here so that you can see the social links.
Social handles and all that great stuff. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Is the paintball included?
Paintball is not included. However, it's a very nominal fee. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I want to say it's like $15 or something, like for a round of paintball.
Okay, perfect.
Very small fee. And a lot of the teenagers, as you can imagine, really enjoy doing the paintball because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know for sure. Okay, what will the occupancy be for the resort when it first opens?
It'll be under 50%.
Perfect. Well,
So
maybe not after this webinar. I don't know. You killed it.
Lots and lots and lots of space for social distance, let me tell you.
That's great.
And keep in mind, 85 acres. So lots of space for everyone to spread out.
That's great. So Wendy's, I guess it's just more of a confirmation. So you cannot guarantee connecting rooms.
No, they are available by request because they
Okay.
are only available on the first through the third floor of the splash wing. So
Right.
you want to put that in by request with your tour operator. It's not guaranteed.
Okay, great. Okay, can adults stay on the splash side and
Sure.
eat at the adults only restaurant on the Harmony side?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is no problem with guests of Harmony going down going around the lazy river or going down the slides. And there is no problem with guests of Splash enjoying the Harmony tikis or the Harmony sun tracker beds. The only thing is that on the Harmony wing, children are not allowed. But if grandma and grandpa are staying on the Splash wing and they want to go over to Harmony for peace and quiet, they're more than welcome to do so. They just can't take the grandkids.
Perfect. Great. Let's just see here. Can adults, oh wait, I did that already. Oh, can you talk a little bit more about the paintball? Lots of interest in the paintball. Interesting.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So the paintball course is about 25,000 square feet and it has all kinds of obstacles in it. And the paintball guns are air guns, I think they're called, and they have paint in them. And so when the guests go to play it, they get a uniform that they have to wear. It's like a camouflage jumpsuit, and they have to wear a helmet as well. Of course, they have to have the proper safety gear, and then they go into the course and they play the games and they get paint splattered or not, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Okay. So what age is considered adult only for the Harmony wing?
Harmony wing is 18 and up, and Serenity is adults only at 21 and up.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going through the questions here. Some are kind of doubled up. Will the swim up be opening up soon?
The swim up will be open with our grand reopening, yes. There will be, however, there will be a handful of our normal activities that might not be with the reopen. So certain things where you're really close to each other, we may have to do away with, but the vast majority of our normal entertainment will continue.
Perfect. I'm actually just seeing, oh, there he is. Oh, there's someone that I might bring on at the end if it's okay with you, but we'll talk about that at the end. We'll see how much time we have. Do you charge resort fees?
There are no resort fees. That's an excellent question. No, everything in your rate, taxes, gratuities, all-inclusive amenities, activities and entertainment, water sports, all included. No resort fees.
That's great. Okay, so it's actually come up a couple of times, and I don't know if you want to dig into it, or there is somebody listening in, one of our attendees that might be able to post the link for us in the chat box, and I think that person might know who he is. But we won't bring him on camera. It's actually been requested a few times. What are the current travel restrictions currently in place for St. Lucia? Now, just before you get started, I just want to say it's September 29th, 2020. We usually don't try not to dig right into that kind of stuff just because this is going, we're hoping this is going to have, we're going to post it and have, all sorts of, and everything is changing and everything is so fluid. So yeah.
That's the one thing that I want to say, as restrictions are lifted and things continue to reopen, is just be mindful and suggest to your clients that they be mindful that, to Kelly's point, everything is fluid and subject to change. So for right now, this checklist that's on the screen is all of the requirements. We have put it out on our corporate social media. St. Lucia, Destination St. Lucia also has it on their corporate social media. So you're more than welcome to share this information with your clients. And the best website to go to is stlucia.org/COVID-19. And that has all of the requirements on there. We also have put all of the links on our two websites for Coconut Bay and for Serenity as well, so that you're more than welcome to either access the information from our website or from St. Lucia's website directly. But you do want to have your clients be mindful of the protocols, because the arrival protocols do include a negative COVID-19 PCR test within 7 days of travel. Okay, and all of that information is on St. Lucia's website.
That's awesome.
And that's
Great.
really, having that testing requirement has really made a big difference in our island being safe compared to some of the other larger islands that are having, you know, outbreaks again. Us having a pre-travel testing requirement, you know, the destination has done a really good job in keeping St. Lucia safe, not only for our guests, but for the residents as well.
That's great. Do you guys have any special amenities we can send our guests for their honeymoon?
Yes, that's an awesome question. So what you want to do is you want to email, and I'm going to, sorry, we're jumping around here. I'm going to go back to that very last slide. You want to email our office if you're sending us a honeymoon client or a destination wedding client. You want to put a letter in that email from you on your letterhead or with your business card, however you choose to do that. You can send that email to Suzanne, or you can send that email to sales@CBay, and just say, you know, we've got Mr. and Mrs. Smith arriving from this day to this day. Could you please put a bottle of bubbly in the room from me, their travel agent, and we will put that note in there from you into their room. In fact, I just had two agents email me as recently as a week ago. They had honeymoon guests arriving in Serenity, and we put a bottle of bubbly in the room from the agent.
Nice.
But do make sure you send it. Please don't send us that request 6 months in advance, because it'll get lost. Send us that request 1 week or so prior to arrival. That way we can action it right away. If you send it to us too far in advance, you know, it can get lost.
That's awesome.
And we would be glad to do that for you. We absolutely want to know.
Quite a few questions. We're going to try and buzz. Yeah, that's great. So we have a few more questions. We're going to try and buzz through these. Okay, so how many liquor options are guests allowed to request in the room?
For Serenity, it's 1 bottle per guest. So 1 bottle for the husband, 1 bottle for the wife.
Perfect. And is there a butler option for families staying in the Splash?
There's concierge options. So the in Splash Premium, you can add on concierge services. That level of service is not the same as butler service, but we do have the concierge services spelled out on our website for Splash, so you can take a look at it.
Great. Do you have a teen club?
We do not have a teen club at the moment. We do have a teen room. I wouldn't call it a club, that we opened last summer, and it has a pool table. It's got games in there. It's got a DJ booth in there. It's been closed during COVID, of course, but we expect to reopen it this fall.
Great. What are the ages of the kids club?
Kids club is 0 to 12. And that's actually a really good question, because you do want to share with your clients that our kids club does take babies. All of our kids club staff are first aid certified. And with the reopen protocols, our kids club occupancy will be by reservation.
Great. What's the distance from Coconut Bay to Serenity if walking for restaurants, etc.?
It's about a 2-minute walk, but guests of Serenity don't have to walk. Their butler shuttles them in a golf cart. It's a really
so fancy.
It's a really elegant, fancy experience. We don't expect our Serenity guests to have to walk anywhere. If you can see my mouse right here, their butler will pick them up either in the front of their suite or in the front of Serenity. We'll drive them all the way to their oceanfront, beachfront cabana, or their butler will pick them up at their suite and drive them to the lobby at Coconut Bay so that they can enjoy any of the Coconut Bay amenities. We also have guests who ask us, how far is it from Serenity to the beach? Well, if our guests from Serenity choose to walk to the beachfront area over by Harmony, it's a short 150 steps. However, as I mentioned, we don't expect our Serenity guests to walk. Right. So their butler will just shuttle them up to their very own oceanfront beach cabana.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a really great experience.
Yeah. Okay, so just a couple of things here. So Wendy, she's just given, there's actually lots of great comments, and Natalia, I'll make sure that you get a full copy of the question and answer and also the chat box. There's lots of great chatting, just bits and pieces here. but Wendy has 5 free nights and she's hoping to use in May 2021. And Wendy, if you don't have anyone to go with you, Paul said that he's available in May. So if you need someone to travel with, Wendy, I'm just, Paul did kind of, say he's available. And also I'm available too. So there you go. And then another thing is Wendy just gave a shout out for Canada. She's saying that Sunwing, are you guys working with Sunwing?
Sunwing has not notified us yet of when they're coming back to St. Lucia. We're still waiting, to my knowledge, on WestJet and Sunwing to advise the island as to when they are coming back. We are hopeful and assuming that they will be back for winter season, of course, right, but we have not yet been notified, whereas Air Canada has notified us for sure that they are resuming in November with 4 flights a week. So yes, we can't wait for our friends from Canada to come back. We love you guys. We know you love us in winter, and we're anxious for you to come back. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm just, so this is not coming from Natalia and it's not coming from me, but Wendy just put a little note saying that, I guess this, everything is so fluid, things are getting changed and added. And of course, don't take this in stone, but it's saying that Sunwing is Saturdays out of Toronto starting December the 12th. So there you go.
That's another news to me, but if that's in fact true, that's awesome.
Again, you know, right?
Everything's fluid. And so for our friends from Canada, I did, for those of you who know Cindy at WestJet, in advance of my doing the webinar today, I did reach out to Cindy at WestJet yesterday to say, hey, any word yet on when WestJet's coming back to St. Lucia? And she did not have an answer for me. So she said, hopefully soon. So yeah, again, for WestJet and Sunwing, we are hoping, praying, and assuming they will be back for winter season. We just don't know the when yet. Whereas for Air Canada, we do know the when. So perfect. Keep an eye out. Things are changing. Things are fluid, and hopefully the announcements will be made, in the days and weeks ahead. That's all we can hope for.
That's great. Okay, so we're just a little bit over time, but I would love to finish up these questions.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I know I'm sorry.
So let's answer those questions.
Yeah, there's great. Okay, is there an exception of the cap to a wedding guest list of 39?
So there's a couple of things in there. The Pearl package, which has 30 something guests included, I think it's 36. You can, for all of our wedding packages, they can add on to the number of guests that's included in the limit. So for the Pearl, it includes 36 guests. For each additional guest over the 36, there's a per person add-on charge. We're getting lots of inquiries now, as you can imagine, for destination weddings for 21 and for 22. It really is the most economical way to go. So you just want, and all of that information is available on our website. You can just take a look and you'll see what the per person add-on charges are, or feel free to email our wedding coordinator and they can answer it as well.
Is there a place where we can find the list of nightly activities?
Some of the activities, most of the activities are listed on our website, but for your clients, when they arrive on resort, they are going to receive what we call the weekly breeze at Coconut Bay. And that tells them everything they're going to need to know about what's going on property each week. Actually, I'm really glad that question was asked, because it does give me an opportunity to talk about one more thing that I found out about this week that I did not include in the presentation, and that is when we reopen on October 31, we are moving towards as many touchless communications as possible. So what that means at Coconut Bay and at Serenity is we're putting a lot of our menus on QR codes. I hope you all are familiar with what that is, that they can just scan it with their cell phone. They'll scan the QR code and they can read the bar menu, the restaurant menu, etc. We are also looking to put some of our entertainment and our in-room directory on QR codes as well to reduce the touch points across the resort. So that's a really good question. Gave me an opportunity to cover something I didn't have included in the presentation. Thank you.
There you go. Gotta love those awesome questions from our awesome agents.
Yeah.
Is the sand white or more golden?
It's more of a golden sand beach, or however, when you're up at Surf Shack, which is where our Serenity Beach cabanas are, it's where Paradise Beach is, it's more white on that end of the beach. So actually, let me take the mouse again. If you can see up here where Surf Shack and the oceanfront beach cabanas and the tiki bars are, this stretch of beach tends to be more white sand, whereas down here, this stretch of beach tends to be more golden sand. And it really just has to do with what sand is exposed to the sun more.
Right. And it's on the Atlantic side.
We are on the Atlantic coast of the island, yes, because we are on
Yeah.
the southeast.
Perfect. Okay, so next question. What about if it's not a wedding, but it's an adult group and they would like to customize a package for the group? For example, add spa services, group excursions, private dinner, etc.
That's really easy to do. We've got a lot of leisure groups that come. We've had tennis groups come. We've had kite surfing groups come. We've had family reunion groups come that they're not weddings, but they want, you know, a customized experience. Is not a problem. They work with our group coordinator in our North America office. And then we have a sales manager on resort that they'll work with who can plan either a private dinner or a private tour or a private outing for the group of some kind. It's not a problem. And you do want to look at those group rates. All of the tour operators that we work with have really great group rates, and you know, you get an extra percentage off depending on the tour operator with the groups. So that's a good opportunity to take advantage of that. And a group for us is considered 5 rooms staying 5 nights or more. So minimum of 25 room nights is group rate.
What's the ratio of butler to guest at the Serenity?
During the course of their stay, each Serenity guest will have as many as 3 butlers, because it's obviously based on shift, right? So they won't have 1 butler, but they will have up to 3 butlers during the course of their stay. So again, very indulgent experience. We've got some guests in the evolution of COVID who just kind of want to be left alone, and that's okay. But then we've got some guests who want breakfast delivered and lunch delivered and the shuttle to the beach cabana and the private, they want them to schedule, you know, the in-suite massage, and they use them for everything. So it just really just depends on the desires of the individual guests.
Perfect. What about couples only include same sex at the Serenity?
Absolutely.
Great. Is the private beach cabana daily use?
It is based on half day or full day.
Great. Donna's just saying that she'd love a copy of that map. It's amazing. Is there anywhere where we can get our hands on it?
Absolutely. The map is available on the travel agent's documents for download page on Coconut Bay's website.
Perfect. There you go, guys. Is there available pricing for an add-on if clients are not staying in the Serenity, but premium level of the Harmony? This would be an awesome add-on sell and commissionable, of course.
Unfortunately, because the resorts operate independently of each other, you cannot upgrade from Harmony to Serenity. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It's a great idea, but it's completely separate room rates because it's a completely different level of service.
Right. Is the Serenity the one further back from the beach?
Yes, if you can see my mouse, these are where the Serenity suites are located.
Perfect. Do you have an excursion booking desk?
We do at Coconut Bay. There is a tour desk on arrival. We can't wait for our tours to come back, for our guests to come back. When we reopen Coconut Bay on October 31, actually, I'm going to be in the process of updating the tours on our website these next couple of weeks, because not all tours will be operational in November, but at least 50%, if not more than 50% of the tours will be operational, and they can book it through the tour desk on our website. And also, again, if you've got groups coming, like a family reunion group or a destination wedding group or any kind of social interest leisure group, do let us know if you can in advance that they're coming, because a lot of times those groups want to dine together or tour together or, you know, hang out together. And it just helps us if we know in advance so we can plan and we can help them in advance of arrival.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's perfect. So you can book that there. Dismissed. Okay. How far are the pitons from the property on an excursion?
A short 25-minute drive.
Great. Anything else really, any other exciting excursions close by to the property.
Absolutely. I'm going to take you back to this slide in terms of our prime location. So this slide, the map only shows you the lower half of the island. And you can see that Coconut Bay and Serenity are located on the southeast side of the island, where most of the top attractions are located on the south or the southwest side of the island. But what I want to say is, and I'm going to show you my mouse. So Coconut Bay and Serenity are here. So we're right by the airport. All of the top attractions are here or here. So it's either 20 to 30 minutes that way or 20 to 35 minutes that way. They're all super close. Now, for the guests who are staying on the north of the island, which is kind of off this image, they've got an hour to an hour and a half to a 2-hour drive to come down this way. So it's not only do they have a long airport transfer from the airport when they arrive and they depart, but they also have a long drive to go to see the best of St. Lucia. Whereas if they're staying with us, they've got a 5-minute drive to the airport and only a 25 to 35-minute drive to any of these top attractions. And it's scenic drives, which is really nice too.
That's great. And the agent was just asking if this is recorded. Yes, it is recorded, and it will be posted on the dedicated Coconut Bay Serenity page. This bold agent, just log in. Of course, Coconut Bay and Serenity are listed under the agent rate tab, because they're giving away some amazing agent rates right now to travel before the end of the year. And
Absolutely.
of course, they have incentive program as well. So I was just going to tell this agent, just email me, and hold on. There's still quite a few.
While you're doing that, Kelly, I do want to say, because I know we're coming to the end of our time here, I just want to remind everybody, we've got really, really aggressive rates out for the rest of 2020 for both hotels, and also for January of 21. So, you know, we're fighting to get our business back, just as you guys are fighting to get your business back. So if you've got any clients who are at all willing to travel in the fall, these are the lowest rates that we've had in a very, very long time that we're about to roll out on October 1. So check with your tour operators that you work with closely. Check our website. October 1, we roll out brand new specials. And we look forward to welcoming you. We look forward to welcoming your clients. And you definitely want to register your bookings, as I mentioned, on both resorts' rewards programs. You can see those here and here, so that you can get those bonuses.
So Natalia, I still have about 14 more questions here, and I'd love to burn through them.
Sure, let's do it.
Are you cool? Okay, all right. Okay, does the $50 bonus and reward, is it based on 3 nights and up, or only 7 nights? So I think John's from the US.
The bonuses are based on 7 night stays.
Okay. Do you have marketing material that we can promote via social media platforms?
Absolutely. You can download the videos. Let me go back to our social handles. You can download the videos off of our YouTube channels, and you're welcome to share them on your social channels. You can also use the photography that we share on our social channels, on your social channels as well. We would love for you to do that.
Perfect. If a client wants to walk the beach from Serenity instead of using the shuttle, what's the distance? And I think you said 150 steps, or what?
Okay,
actually,
if you can see my mouse from here, which is where the Serenity Suites are, to here, which is Harmony's oceanfront beach. This is where we have our tikis and our sun tracker beds. From here to here, it's only 150 steps.
Right.
If they want to walk the beach from where Serenity's beachfront cabanas are, all the way down to the main area of Coconut Bay, it's about 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
Half a mile.
Great.
It's a nice, when I come out this way and I walk up the beach to get to where Serenity's beach cabanas are, or to get to where the surf shack is, it's about a 3-minute walk.
Perfect. Okay.
5 to 7 minutes if you're a slow walker.
All right. Slow walker. Okay, Phyllis is asking if she can get a copy of the slideshow. I'm not sure if you shared. I know it can be quite a big file, and plus you have kind of its agent targeted. So that's one, but maybe Phyllis, if you're looking for, because you maybe signed in late, because of course everybody has a life and so many things going on, you might be jumped on late. please keep in mind, we are recording. We record all of our webinars, and it will be posted on the dedicated Spoiled Agent Coconut Bay Serenity page. Just log into Spoiled Agent. Again, find them under the Agent Rate tab, Incentive tab. Hey, do you have a specialist program?
We do not have a specialist program. St. Lucia has the specialist program, and that's what they call the SLEX, which is St. Lucia Experts.
Great. Okay, I just want to say that Rod Hanna is on the line, and I think he is jumping out of his seat right now.
Well, Rod is welcome to tell you all about the SLEX program because he is the expert. I am not, but for those of you who are in Canada, you know Rod is a social media giant. And I love Rod. I know him well. We've been on the road together, and I love Rod dearly. So if you're from Canada and you have any questions and you can't get a hold of Suzanne, you're welcome to ask Rod. He's been to our 2 resorts. He knows them well.
That's awesome. Oh, that's funny. While you were talking, it was already, the link is there on the chat box, guys. Rob posted it. So Rod is with, covers Canada for St. Lucia Tourist Board. And of course we have Richard Moss, which I know you guys all know Rich, another huge icon, covers the US. So please, everybody, take the St. Lucia specialist course. Rod is also saying that it's time for you to come back to Canada soon. So there you go. Maybe in the middle of winter. What do you think?
No, yeah. Rod knows how I feel about snow.
I think
for those of you all that don't know, I'm actually based in Miami, so
there's a reason.
I'm in a warm weather destination. One thing I do want to point out real quickly, though, because I know we did have a couple of questions on it, and if you were looking for consumer collateral to send to your clients, we are absolutely. Our trade collateral obviously is developed for you with all of the bonus information on it. But if you're looking for consumer flyers, please just shoot us an email at the sales@CBay or Suzanne at Blue Wave and ask for those consumer documents, and we will be glad to get those to you. That's not a problem at all.
Okay, great.
And we would love for you to share, our more consumer friendly flyers with your clients for Serenity and Coconut Bay.
Right. What is a question? What is a bubble traveler?
I'm not comfortable answering that question because I'm not the expert on that. I would suggest that you reach out to the email that's on the St. Lucia website. But don't hold me to this, but my understanding of the bubble is that in the Caribbean, there are other destinations that can travel to St. Lucia that don't have to have, I think, the testing, but that only applies to certain other CARICOM nations. For if you're traveling from the US or from Canada or from Europe, you have to have the pre-travel testing requirement. But there is an email on the St. Lucia COVID page if you have any questions about the protocols. So just go to stlucia.org/COVID-19. There's an email on that page that you can reach out to if you have questions. I do not like for our team to answer destination specific questions because then we would be held responsible and we don't want to give out the wrong information. Rod is also a great person to reach out to if you have questions. He can direct you to someone. Richard is a great person to reach out to if you have questions. They can direct you to someone.
Yeah, I'm actually just copying the COVID accept. I'm just going to copy the link and maybe hopefully this is the right one. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to throw that in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. Is there a charge for beach cabanas?
For Serenity guests, they are only charged if they're staying less than 7 nights. If they're staying 7 nights, it's included.
Okay. Now, what about the cancellation policy? Just with everything going on with COVID, do you have anything special in place? I guess it's tough because we're dealing with the tour operators, right? So you have no control over.
Well, yes and no. So with when our island closed its borders in March, and even since then, as we have been preparing for our reopen in October, we have revised our cancellation policies, as you can imagine, multiple times. So for right now, I would say to visit the travel advisory page on our website. There is also a travel advisory page on the Serenity website as well. and it has all of the most recent cancellation policies on there. And we have asked our tour operator partners to abide by the cancellation policies that we have put out there. So it's within 72 hours, no penalty for travel through part of next year. And then after that, it changes. And the other thing I would say is that keep in mind, we are trying to do our best to be fluid and to be as flexible as we can, depending on what is happening in the marketplace. So just keep in mind that everything, we have been very, very flexible with our cancellation policies, which are listed on this page. We've asked our tour operator partners to match what we're doing, but most of the tour operators are doing it anyway. So that's really important. Something else that's really important, if you are an agent from Canada, to know is that Air Canada and WestJet are including COVID travel insurance in the package rates. This is a really neat thing for you to have an opportunity to share with your clients. If they're traveling with Air Canada vacations or WestJet vacations, COVID insurance will be included. I have not been advised of any US tour operators to this point that are doing that. There might be, I'm just not aware of it.
Okay, great. I got 3 more questions. Can the restaurants at these resorts handle a group of 50?
No.
No. Okay.
So
is that because it's right now during these times, or let's think post-COVID, could you have?
So if we can certainly handle a group of 50 for a private dining experience, but not in the regular dining experience. So if you've got a party of 50 that's coming and you want to arrange a private dinner, we would have to do that in one of our event venues as opposed to the restaurants.
Okay. Natalia, maybe would you mind that contact slide that you have? Maybe if you could send me a copy of it, and I can make sure that everybody gets a copy of that. Or of course, if you wanted to send a follow-up note to everybody with any additional information. But a few people are requesting this particular slide. Is that possible?
Sure, no problem.
Great. What is the noise? Is the noise from the airport loud? Does it affect the guests?
That's a really great question. We get asked that sometimes because of our proximity. First of all, the one thing you have to remember is St. Lucia is a small island. And so we only have a handful of airport arrivals, and all the planes land back to back and they take off back to back traditionally in the afternoon. So you don't have any 11 p.m. flights really, or any 7 a.m. flights. But the other thing is, the only time you would hear a plane at our 2 resorts is if you happen to be out on the beach when one of them takes off. You will not hear them from your rooms. You will not hear them from the restaurants. But if you do happen to be out on the beach when a plane takes off, at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, most people are sipping a cocktail and waving at them because they're still there. And
they're like, ha ha, you're going home.
Yeah. In fact, one of our bartenders on the Harmony side of the resort, the swim up bar that's right here, he used to have a song that he would sing if he happened to be out at the bar, and he would teach it to our guests so that they would wave bye-bye.
That's so funny. Okay, guys, if you're interested in more information about the visitors with the bubble countries, Rod from the St. Lucia Tourist Board based here in Canada just pasted some information in the chat box, and agents watching FaceTime. I'm going to copy this. I can't copy it. Oh, yes, I can. I'm going to try and copy it, and I'm going to quickly throw it in the FaceTime as well, so you guys have it. And I'm going to be trying to do that while you answer this question. What type of nightly entertainment do you have, and how late are the pools open?
The pools don't really close. So that's at the discretion of the guests. We've got lots of guests who like to swim at night, which is nice because they don't have a lot of people in the pools at night. And in regards to the nightly entertainment, we've got all kinds of nightly entertainment, from kind of your smooth jazz musicians to the steel drum bands to our 2 themed dinners out on the pool deck, which is twice per week, will continue. We have a country and western night, and we have a Caribbean night. And on Caribbean night, we'll have the stilt walkers and the fire breathers and the steel drum band. And on the country night, we've got country music that we play. And then the rest of the week, it's, you know, dancing and singing and the piano bar. So all kinds of entertainment. And then we also have a DJ that plays late at night in the upstairs Peter John's Lounge. So really great for everyone in the family.
No, that's great. Actually, I'm sorry, guys. I am I can't seem to copy Rod the information that he posted in the chat box with the link. So what I can do, all those of you guys watching via Zoom, yes, Facebook live, if you could just come back maybe in like 5 minutes, once I'm done the session, I can actually grab it and then I can post it there. Or actually maybe Rod, you know, big huge favor, maybe if you don't mind popping on to just Bold Agent Facebook group, and if you don't mind popping in the comment area of the live time, that would be huge. I'd owe you big time. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
Rod is our social media giant in Canada. I'm sure he will be glad to do that. Hey, Rod, I'm so glad you joined us. I do see, Kelly, if you don't mind, that we still have, you know, 90 participants that are still here. And I just want to say thank you for staying on this whole time with us. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your days to join us and learn more about our 2 resorts and about our beautiful island. And I do want to say that we're really excited to reopen Coconut Bay on October 31. And we hope that you and your clients are excited to start traveling again. And if there's anything that we can do to help you close that sale, you know, please shoot us an email and we'd be glad to do that, especially if you've got a group that you're working with, you know, whether it's for 21 that you're trying to close, and, you know, maybe you just need us to throw in a cocktail party or something like that. You know, like I said, we're doing everything we can to fight to get our business back. And this has been a tough year for the travel industry, but we are doing our best to support our partners, and you are our partners to get our business back.
That's great. Well, you know what? We answered, I think we answered all the questions. There might be some buried in the chat box. I'm sorry, guys. It's just, it gets kind of full, but if I'll review everything. And if I missed anything, I'll make sure that I share with Natalia with her contact info, and then we'll get back to you. Or of course, Natalia, I posted her email and contact information everywhere a few times. So send her a note and any questions. And if you have any groups, I think there's a group of like 50 and a couple of groups coming up. So please, reach out to Natalia. I know she'd love that business. And yeah, and thank you so much for tuning in. Natalia, I'll let you say the final farewell, and then we're going to call it a day. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, so much for joining us. You know, a couple things I want to close with, and that is just keep in mind everything is fluid, and that as restrictions continue to lift and travel really starts to bounce back, you know, keep in mind the protocols are likely to change. We've got more flights that are, you know, we're looking forward to adding. We know when Air Canada is coming back. We can't wait for WestJet and Sunwing to come back. Be on the lookout if you're in the States for those seasonal nonstop flights from different markets, because those will come back in November, December, and January. And if you have any questions, you know, about the destination, about our reopening, about the protocols, most of it can be found in our website or on St. Lucia's website. But if there's just something you have a question on, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. We're happy to help you. We greatly appreciate your time. We look forward to taking care of you and your clients. We wish you all safe and wonderful and healthy rest of the year, and have a great day, have a great afternoon. Thanks again. We look forward to welcoming you to beautiful, wonderful, inspiring St. Lucia.
Nice. Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Let's go to St. Lucia.
Yeah. Have a great day. Thank you from Coconut Bay and Serenity. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.